medicine. Oh.
Not like that. And this is just one.
Hello there, I'm Kyle.
And I'm Michelle.
And we're semi-homesteaders. Hey, before we get started with today's video, check it out. We're celebrating Memorial Day this weekend as we're filming this. Don't know when you're watching this, but as we're filming, it's Memorial Day weekend. And we just like to say a big thank you to all those who have given everything, their lives, so we could be free and celebrate today. As a 21-year retired veteran and as the wife of one, hey, it means so much. We love Memorial Day. Having said that, check it out, just in time for Independence Day. The 4th of July is coming up. We've got some cool new t-shirts.
We do.
Homesteading since 1776.
And mine, what?
I was going to say, I don't look that old, do I? But
oh, well, not really.
Okay, go ahead.
Mine says, keep calm and sparkle on.
Oh, that fits her.
If there's any other of you ladies out there that like to sparkle, this is for you.
You can get yours at semihomesteaders.com. It is coming a flood outside, as you can see.
Yes.
So that delays the house a little bit more. One of these days it'll happen, right?
Well, I'm almost thinking one of these years.
So in the meantime, you know, we're getting things ready and whatnot. Well, this week, this is what we're doing. So listen, guys, Big Pharma, okay? It's in the news. It's always in the news. But Big Pharma, they have a pill or medicine for everything. The problem is it's absolutely killing our natural immune system. You take a pill for everything. You don't have to take a pill for everything. We don't really like going to the doctor.
No.
I hadn't been in 10 years until last year, and I actually had to go once last year, and I had to go once this year. So having said all that, it is good. Sometimes you do have to go. Sometimes you do have to go to the doctor. You know, things happen.
Sometimes you do have to take a pill.
Sometimes you absolutely do have to take a pill. Sometimes it's necessary. But not all the time for every little thing. There's
doesn't have to be the first thing that you go to. Right. Try out some other options first when you can.
When you can. Yeah. You know, there are natural remedies that people have been using for thousands of years. Our generation and younger kind of have forgotten that.
Definitely.
Because of Big Pharma and what have you. But there are things out there that absolutely work. We're going to show you one today.
And one reason I think why they have forgotten it is because we live today in a society that everybody wants everything right now. So they want to take a pill and feel better in 10 minutes or everything be fixed. And that is the one big difference in these, like the remedy that we're going to show today, you know, or these home remedies that you use. Sometimes, most of the time, it's not a quick process.
It takes a little longer.
It takes, and you can't get it in, you know, run up to the store and say, give me this, and then they hand it to you and you go home and you're ready. You can't do that.
That's why they say prevention, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Because if you stay ahead of this stuff, it's a lot better. And you can do that with this too.
Yes. And that's why as semi-homesteaders, homesteaders, you know, not homesteaders, whatever, it is days like today when it's rainy outside and there's not a whole lot that you can do outdoors. That's when you take stock and you think about, what do I need to do indoors? And so this is a great time to do stuff like this.
That's right. That's right.
And to have your pantry stocked so you can do stuff like this.
Well, and this is easy because this only has 2 ingredients.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes. 2 ingredients that most of you probably already have in your home. And those ingredients are
chocolate and ice cream.
no.
Oh.
Nice try.
The other remedy.
Dark chocolate is good for you, but no, that's not what we're doing today.
You're talking about the other remedy.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about that.
Garlic.
Garlic. You want to hold that one up?
Hey, yeah, you want me to get sticky. And honey. Now, it needs to be raw, unheated,
yes.
Not processed honey.
Raw
That's
honey
a must.
from
Raw
bees.
honey.
Yes.
And a jar.
A jar.
With
That's
a lid,
right.
a tight fitting lid. So we're just going to go ahead and get started. So I want to start at the very beginning, just so everybody knows, where we are, what we're doing here. We're making a home remedy that is full of antibiotics and antioxidants, which is great for your immune system. We're going to start with a bulb of garlic, okay? You can make as much or as little as you would like. So you can use 1 bulb, 2 bulbs, whatever you want to do. But basic bulb of garlic, and then we're going to have to separate these into the cloves and peel it. But thank goodness we have a great little trick that we're going to show you that's going to help you to peel this really easy, because sometimes it can be a little difficult. That's probably the hardest part of this whole process, is peeling this garlic. Did you get it all?
Well, you can really smell it. Now that did good. I think all that was cushioning it. So when we got that out, it helped it to break up.
I'm going to take my garlic cloves. Now, my garlic cloves were really big, so I cut them into 3 equal parts, because sometimes you might even want to just take a piece of garlic and eat it. And so you want to be a little bit smaller pieces. And even these pieces are kind of big. You could split that like with your kids or your husband, or, some family member that might be feeling kind of sick or whatever. You can share it. So we're going to take these and we're going to put them in our clean mason jar. And just to let you know, mason jars, you can find these at Goodwill. You can get them at Walmart. I mean, they're everywhere. Or just a good glass jar with a tight fitting lid. That's all you need. So you're going to add your garlic. Now what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're going to add enough honey to completely cover your garlic. That is going to keep it from molding. You want to make sure you have plenty of honey in there. Let it settle, kind of shake it around a little bit. Let it settle. Make sure all that garlic is covered. And you can tell my jar is a little bit large here for the amount that I'm doing. But you want to give it room to ferment, because that's what makes this so good, is that it's going to ferment. You need a little room there for it to grow, and you're going to have to kind of burp it a little bit.
Aww.
Not like that. Like you kind of do pickles and different things like that. Once you get your honey on your garlic, you're going to take your lid. Whoops. You're going to put your lid on here. And we're going to do it not real tight, but you want to make sure it's on there pretty good. You'll see why in a minute, because what you're going to do to make sure you have this good and covered is you want to take your jar and you're just going to flip it over, and you're going to let all of that honey and garlic fall down. And that way we're going to know all of our garlic is coated really good in that honey. Again, this preserves it and it keeps mold out of it. Very important there. And then all you have to do is you're going to take it, you're going to turn it back up. We still had a garlic there, but you can see it has honey on it. So we're going to turn it back over, and then we're going to take this, and you want to loosen it just a tad, okay? Just a tad so it can breathe. And you're going to leave it like that, and you're going to sit it in a cool, dark place like your pantry or a closet, something like that, a cabinet that you're not in a lot. And you're going to let it just kind of do its thing. Let it sit there and do its fermenting. Now, each day for probably about a week, you're going to want to remember, set a timer. If you're like me and you have a hard time remembering things, just set a timer so that you'll remind yourself, burp your garlic. After you burp your garlic, you want to tighten the lid back. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your garlic and you're going to turn it upside down. And you'll take turns. Like today, I burped it, I turned it this way, because as you could see, the garlic was all at the top. So when you turn it upside down, that lets the garlic fall down here again, get completely covered with that honey. And that's why it's important to keep your lid tight so that this honey doesn't come out, when you've turned it upside down. Leave it like this for a day. Next day, you're going to flip it back over again, burp it, tighten it up, and then you're good to go. And you want to do that for your week, Once you quit burping it and you can see that it's starting to ferment, you don't have to continue doing that. While it's fermenting for that week, it's very important that you remember to do that and keep that garlic completely covered up. That really is it as far as putting this together. So as you can see, this is pretty easy. It probably wouldn't take, 10 minutes?
Yeah.
If that much
long.
to do this. There are a few more things, important things to share with you, just to let you know. This is going to be good for a long time. The longer you can let it sit before the first time you use it, the better. If you can do about 3 months, that is like great.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't, that's okay. But the longer it sits, the better it is, the more of the antioxidants and the antibiotics it's going to have in it. So that is wonderful. But
Yep.
like, this is a jewel sitting in your pantry.
Absolutely. In fact, here's one that Missy's already made. This is the one that we actually use. You can see this was made in January of 24, and it's still perfectly fine. You can take this and drizzle it over food. Like, let's say you grill a piece of chicken and drizzle it over that. Salad dressing.
Salad dressings. It makes great salad dressings. Any kind of dipping sauce, you can add it. You just don't want to heat it. You want to keep it room temperature. Now, also, for medicinal purposes, if you're feeling sick or whatever, have your allergies bothering you, you can just take a teaspoon of it and drink it. Or, like I said, you can eat the garlic.
Chew on a garlic.
Yeah, if you love garlic like we do, make sure that your hubby or your wife likes garlic too, because you're going to have some garlic breath. But, it's
man,
worth
it's good for you. Yeah. Missy puts garlic in everything.
Just about everything.
I mean, when she cooks, and we love it. So to drizzle this over food, or like she said, if you're feeling bad, chew on a piece, fantastic.
Yeah. And this is just one of the many remedies that you can do right in your home, and you have that there. Everything is, this right here is out of nature. I mean, the
Lord has provided
everything
that we need
to
take care of our bodies.
And if you're prepared and you already have that made up in your pantry, then you can see this is going to last a long time, this much. And it's just the two of us. If you have a large family, then you may want to do, what's that? The
quart, maybe?
The quart, quart mason jar. You can make more than one just to share with your family. All right, we have a couple of questions for you. Is this the first time that you've ever heard of this? If so, let us know in the comments. Also, maybe you already do this. Maybe you have some in your pantry right now, and we would love to know that too. So let us know in the comments where you stand with the garlic and honey.
Well, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all those things. Check out our blog at semihomesteaders.com. and leave a comment there as well.
We usually do a blog post at least once a week,
Mhm.
sometimes more, but usually every week our blog changes.
That's right. We'd love to have you take a look.
Yeah.
So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. As always,
Lord bless you.